What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Got a crazy one in store for y'all today because we are out here below the dam of the draining lake, and we are here to give you guys an update on just what the lake is looking like, what it's looking like down here below the dam. It is crazy. It's been a while since we touched on this, but since we last did, the lake has dropped like 6 feet. It is very low. There's still some water back behind us over the levee, and we'll show you guys that here in a little bit. But first, we want to take some time to explore down here below the dam because, like I said, it's very low. There's some crazy structures exposed around the other side of it that are pretty cool. But another thing we're going to do today is I have a bucket with a cast net in it, and we're actually going to do some cast netting right here in this first pool and see what kind of fish are living right below the dam. So the initial thought was that the majority, or that a lot of the fish population was going to leave the lake through the dam and go out here into the slough and then out to the main river down that way. But honestly, guys, I feel like probably less than 10% of the fish population actually has left the lake. It could be probably less than 5%. Just based on what I've been seeing out there in the lake, I've been out there quite a bit fishing some deep holes, and there's a ton of fish out there. There's fish everywhere. Another thing that's pretty crazy is that not a whole lot more water can actually flow through the gates. It's gotten to a really low point where it's just not gonna go through it anymore, and whatever is out there in the lake is gonna stay. I'm not sure what the plan is for all the standing water. If they're planning to pump it out or leave it. I kind of hope they leave it, just leave it be, because, you know, most of the bank, especially in the shallow areas, is exposed. Like over on the other end of the lake, it is just dry for miles. So there's plenty of room for them to do the renovation work, but I don't know. I don't really know what the plan is, but anyways, we're going to cast net below the dam and see if there are some game fish living down there. I'm assuming there's probably gonna be much shad. And we'll also go down and look further down into the main little part of the slough. But nonetheless, I'm excited to get this venture underway and show you guys what I've been seeing over the last 4 months. It's been 4 months since they opened the gate, and it's crazy out here, guys. It truly is a sight to see. So we're gonna get after it. Hopefully y'all are excited to join along with us on today's adventure for this lake update. If so, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button. Be sure that you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our future lake updates and fishing adventures this year. But with that, let's get after it. Let's show you guys some of these crazy sights out here around the lake. I think we're gonna start off just by cast netting right here below the dam. There's a nice little deep hole right here, and in theory, if there's some fish swimming through the dam, they're gonna end up like right here and wanna hang out in this deep hole. So we're actually gonna wait out there a little bit, go straight to the source. But if you look right here in front of us, you can see this water is just barely trickling through these gates. I mean, there is just not a whole lot of water. And I'm not thinking that really any fish is gonna wanna come through there. I got a spot up here, I'm gonna put my bucket in case we catch something cool. I hope we catch something cool. We'll start off by throwing just right here. I'm expecting to catch some shad. There's always a plethora of shad out here. Just gotta make sure not to lose the net. Oh, feels kind of hefty. Nothing. That's surprising. It's honestly really surprising to not get anything on the first throw. Try that again. We'll let it sink down a little bit. Water is cold. It could be down there near the bottom, but it's a little sketchy to let it go down all the way to the bottom. This net has been trashed a little bit. Come on up. Oh, there's something. What is that? What is that? Is that a yellow bass? Okay. Oh, it's a white bass. There we go. Starting off our cast netting adventure down here below the dam with a little white bass. That's cool. I honestly thought that our first fish was going to be a shad, but we got a white bass. Maybe he swam through the lake. Maybe he came up from down there. Maybe he's been living there his whole life. You never know. There's honestly plenty of forage here to sustain a healthy fish population just here in this little hole. Not my best throw, but it opened up. Oh, it feels heavy. Oh gosh, oh my goodness. There's all the fish. Wow, on a terrible throw too, guys. Look at all these shad. I think it's all shad. I'm losing a bunch. I can pull them over here so you can just look at them. Holy smokes. Look at all of those shad. There's a little yellow bass, 2 yellow bass. That is mostly just, that is all shad. And it felt heavy, and I was like, why does it feel so heavy? We got a big fish? So that is a little threadfin shad. You can tell it's a threadfin if you look at the little snout area on him. You can see it's upturned. If it was a gizzard shad, it'd be more blunt. Let's see if we got any gizzards down here. They all look like thread fins. Yeah, they're all thread fins. It's pretty cool. We got like 500 shad that throw. We had enough bait to last us for like a week. Nice to see there is some bait down here. If you need some shad, I recommend coming down here to get it. It's quite easy most of the time. Might take a couple of throws to find out where the school's at, but when you land on them, oh man. Okay, but I want to catch something besides shad. I want to catch something big. I want to catch something cool. I've caught like 30-pound buffalo in a cast down here before. That's when the water's been raging a little bit. But you could definitely still do that right now. That was a pretty good throw. Oh, what we got? Oh, big old gizzard shad. Oh, is that a crappie? What is that? Oh, it's another big old white bass. Hey, look at this. I got a big old gizzard. And a big old white bass. I got 2 white bass. There we go. 2 more big white bass. That's pretty nice. Send them back. They are cold. We got a big daddy gizzard shad though. Look at that big guy. Hot potato. Big old gizzard shad. In my right hand, I have a gizzard shad. You can see his nose is like kind of rounded and kind of blunt. And then the threadfin, he's got a pointed nose. Threadfins on average don't get as big as gizzards either. That's about the max size for a threadfin. Cool, some more shad. Lots of shad. There you go, buddy. I just noticed we had something else in the net. And pull them out. This is pretty cool, actually. So we actually caught a little baby channel catfish too. That's like a fish tank sized channel catfish. He's a cute little guy. I was expecting to catch a couple of these. Look how big his tail is compared to his body. That is a cool looking fish. If I had a tank ready, I'd put him in there. That's awesome. He's got the little black spots on him. He's a really pretty fish. A nice little tiny channel catfish. Now we need to catch like a bluegill, maybe a bass, a drum. We've done pretty good as far as catching species goes. Okay, got 2 more spots I want to throw at down here. I want to hit this pool, and then there's one more pool right here. So in this pool, there's a sweet spot right there's a little hole that's just been kind of dredged up from the current hitting it all these years. That's probably where they're gonna be hanging out at. We crushed it. Anything in there? Oh gosh, there is some shads. There is a bunch of shads. Oh, we got some more shad. I think it's all shad in that throw. I was kind of expecting that. Tell you guys, this is a shaddy place. So right here, we gotta make a good cast on the other side of the current. And I know it's about to be loaded up with shad, but hopefully something else too. Oh shoot. I don't know about that one. Might have to go for round 2. I didn't get it up past the current, it got stuck. Gotta give it a better effort than that. I tried to punch it through and just didn't quite get it to the other side. Try this one more time. So I feel like this is our best chance at catching something weird, like a gar or a buffalo or a drum or something. Maybe even a crappie. We pulled up on the other side of this little vortex. I'm seeing a bunch of shad swimming right at my feet underneath me. I could probably use a dip net right here and scoop all the shad up that I want. There it is. There it is. Oh, nothing? I got one shad. Interesting. Maybe there's not anything in this little hole right here. I saw a couple of shads swim down, but it could have been a couple. I made like 5 good throws just then and didn't catch nothing. All right, we just got done cast netting down below the dam. We really didn't catch anything too crazy. We caught a bunch of shad, which I was expecting. We caught a couple of white bass, got a little catfish, and what else did we catch? Yellow bass. I think that's pretty much all that we got down there. So really didn't seem like a bunch of fish came out of the lake back here behind us and swam through. They could have gone further, obviously, by now. And there was definitely a lot more water rolling a couple months ago. But at this point, there's not a whole lot living down there besides shad and small little fish. I'm actually on the front side of the gates now. You can see the lake back here behind me. You can actually see like the old log catcher back behind us. But I'm standing on top of this old weird dam thing that I actually didn't know existed. You know, the last time I drew this lake down, I was 11 or 12 years old, and I just don't remember coming over here and seeing this. But I'm guessing this is the original or one of the pre-original dams. I don't know, they maybe used this to kind of block off some water so they could build the big dam. That's my guess. But if you look, there's not a whole lot of water actually coming through it. And it looks like there's maybe, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 inches of water above what the water's going over right there. And once that recedes down another 5 inches, all the water that's back here behind us out in the lake is going to remain, like I said. And I guess they're either going to have to pump it out or they're going to have to leave the water as is. But yeah, I'm going to climb up here on top of the levee and show you guys the water. It looks like a lot of water, but it's not very deep. There are some deep pockets. There's a bridge back over that way, and it's got like the most water, and it's the deepest right now. That's where a lot of people have been fishing and catching fish. But that's pretty much it over on this end of the lake. So we're going to climb up on top of the levee and take a look at it. So here we are out here on the lake side of everything. Here's the lake. Looks like a lot of water, but like I said, the majority of this water is like 1 to 2 feet deep. There's a few holes, and then beyond, back there you can see there's a little bridge over there. On the other side of the bridge there's some water, but then like a couple hundred yards past it, it's pretty much dry everywhere. But where I'm standing at right now is the old lake bed. You can see these rocks. It used to be all water. It used to be, if I was out here in the past, probably about chest deep water. This is usually a pretty good deep bank that usually a lot of fish get caught off of. Really rocky. You can walk around and look for some stuff. Good spot to find some lures and things. I've been kind of looking around just seeing if there's anything cool. I haven't really found anything too crazy, but there is some really cool big stumps out here. Check these out. Like, look at these big old gnarly stumps. These were placed here just to be fish structures, I think, back in the day, and they're massive. They're all over the place. You got that, got a big log here. You can see out here all the stumps. It's just littered. So many stumps. That's why you gotta be careful when you're here running around this lake, because you will jack yourself up if you're not careful. Here's a good look at the new water line. You can see basically where the rocks touch the grass is where it used to be. I mean, that's a good, I don't know, 30, 40 feet away before you can get to the water. Still got a pretty good amount of depth right here. You can probably cast around and catch some fish on some of these stumps right here by the bank. But like I said, out there, super shallow. Look at this stump. This one here is crazy. That used to be a big old tree. Uh-oh, found something. Oh, well, that's a pretty big bass. He's all kind of shriveled up now, but that used to be a pretty big bass. Probably about a 4-pounder. Just chilling. Not sure what got him. Looks like maybe a bird got him, and then maybe like a mink or something drew him up here. I don't know. Maybe somebody caught him and killed him. Oh, dang. Not much further up from that bass, there's a dead cormorant. Huh, don't know what happened to him. He got too by something. I'm kind of looking around to see if I can find any lures. A lot of y'all have been like, you know, go out there and find some fishing lures, but I really haven't found that many. I'm sure a lot of it's already been picked through already, but pretty much all there is to see over here. It's just kind of rocky, got a bunch of exposed logs, and then just shallow flats as far as you can see. All right, guys, back with you. I know it's dark now, but I have a good excuse for that, and that is that the sun went down. Okay, guys, so actually after leaving the dam, I went off on a little fishing mission. I was going to include that in today's video, but to be very honest with y'all, I didn't really catch anything that was interesting enough to even put into the video. I caught a few little brim at this little creek spot. I fished over that bridge I was talking about, didn't catch nothing over there. It just kind of sucked, and I ran out of daylight, and so now I'm here in the dark. But something that I really wanted to do in this video was show y'all a comparison between the different ends of the lake. So that lower end of the lake is technically the deep end of the lake, and this other end up here is the shallow end, and it looks night and day difference. So I flew the drone around. I got a lot of cool shots to kind of show y'all the drastic contrast between the two areas of the lake. So we're going to end the video right here with those drone clips. But first, I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. Sorry it was kind of, cut off short with no fishing, but at least we did catch some cool fish in the cast net, and we will definitely be going back out there on the lake and getting in some of those deep holes that I mentioned, doing some more fishing while we can. So stay tuned for those videos. But if y'all enjoy this one, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and I will leave y'all with this series of drone clips. Be prepared to be shocked. I'll see you guys in the next one.